Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the Leo reading. Welcome Leos, or maybe you're cross-watching for a Leo. Justice. There could be some Libra energy here. Some of you guys, I think if you're cross-watching for a Leo, you could be someone who's really trying to work with them, and maybe you're finding it a little difficult. If this is you as a Leo, there's something that you're kind of slowly working through here. And it's like you don't have all the answers for what's going on. You're just able to walk it kind of piece by piece. You might be seeing repeating numbers lately. Okay, so it's like, Leo, you're trying to gain some kind of stability here. And it seems like it has to do with your home or the way that you cultivate your home. This seems like it's something that you've been doing for a while, and now for whatever reason it seems like this is the time to bring it into fruition, or this is where you would notice your belief in it or your dedication to it is like locking in, or you feel little subtle things that guide you there, and you're not sure really what to do sometimes. But there's kind of, I don't know how else to explain this, but if all of your intuition pulls together, it keeps leading you towards stability in your home. And the way that I can see that playing out is kind of like if you've been going back and forth with, should I keep this? Should I keep this in our life? Should I rearrange this? Should I move some things around in our schedule or whatever? It's like there's something trying to create a lot of stability within you that listens to your intuition. I'm not exactly sure if you are listening to it right now. I feel like it's locking in. I don't know how else to explain that. It's like it's locking into your awareness. It's almost as if you're still trying to be convinced. Something within you is still trying to convince you that it's okay to listen to your intuition, or like your higher self or something. What were you? What's the kind of... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh. Okay. So maybe you were always kind of the peacemaker of your family, or you were somebody who constantly sacrificed something about yourself in order to make someone else who was in a turbulent situation more comfortable or happy. That could literally be your mother. You learn a lot about compassion and what it can do for someone, but maybe you learned more by doing that than they learned from receiving that love from you. And maybe there's a situation that you've come from where you were invested in someone, and maybe your part of your intuition is telling you that you're not it's almost like you could actually be a mother who feels tied between keeping the peace amongst the world for like your partner, your children, your whatever, and kind of like keeping the peace amongst yourself, within yourself rather. Like those two are kind of at odds right now. You know what you would do if you could just make the decision. You don't know what you would do when you have to consider everyone else. And this unrequited love with forgiveness, it's almost like being able to forgive yourself that you can't change who you are or how you feel, or you can follow it or you can deny it, but oftentimes it's not something that we have control over changing, like our genuine desires and everything. Let me see if I can pull, quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. I think there's not a lot of people around you, Leo, who say, yeah, if you feel that way, go ahead and say something. Go ahead and do it. I think there's a lot of people around you who are like, in order to appease the so-and-so, do this. Rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So for some of you, this is about you separating from like a family member and moving towards your spouse. And for others of you, this is about, or like maybe friendships or whatever, I don't know, like where I think that for some of you guys, this is going to be, you're putting so much work into a relationship, like an intimate relationship. And there's something feeling like it shouldn't take that much work. It should require work. It shouldn't take that much though. Like, and what I want to say actually is that I think that something's trying to get you to spend more time alone, because there's something where you're in the mix of everything, and it almost feels like you can kind of lose yourself in that. Maybe you've noticed that your energy is drained lately and you haven't really made a lot of changes except for involving yourself more with other people. It just seems like there's a relationship or like a friendship or something where you're allowed to be yourself and you can actually do good work there. Like you can work on yourself, you can see things, there's safety, so there can be vulnerability and change and acceptance and taking responsibility and all those things. And then there's a place where you feel like you're forced to just do that constantly. So that is the thing that doesn't feel, I don't know, it's almost like in one hand you feel like maybe you're living the way everyone else wants you to live, and in another maybe you're just ready to live the way that you need you to live, to like reconnect with yourself. I kind of see you doing a lot of things solo, or if you are needing to be around a lot of people, I actually see you trying to be in your own world while you do that in whatever way you can. It just looks like that alone time is so important, and it actually feels like a recharge. And then all the other things that you do, even though you could actually be like focused on the health of others or like maybe the health of other children or something. You could also be focused on your own health, but kind of in a way where you're trying to boost yourself back up and it's not really working because it's not supplements that you need, like it's space. There's something going on. There's something going on, and it's calling you to be alone for the time being, but it's mostly calling you to recharge, to reconnect. But the way that you're able to do that for whatever reason is actually by trying to have time, trying to have space, so that you can think, so that you can breathe, so that you can, I don't know, like pray or connect or something. There's something that really rejuvenates your soul that you do alone, and I think it's almost like what you're welcoming an old friend into your home, and it's one who will listen to you. It's one, like, that is kind of what maybe is happening. It's one who will let you process something from start to finish, instead of interrupting every vision you start to have and then redirecting it. It's like, what it seems like to me, I almost called you Capricorn. What it seems like to me, Leo, is that you're in a time where you're actually stripping away a lot of the structure that's expected of you, and the structure that's being built is like your backbone. It's you making the right decisions for yourself and the people that you're responsible for, and also knowing when someone else needs to be responsible. Like, when you are depleted, you're not going to do a good job at that, and that's when you need that time and space. There might be like some family ties or friendships kind of, I guess, encouraging you to like stay in something or whatever. But it's not time that heals those things. It's addressing the issues. It's feeling like there's safety to be able to like talk about things, or to be able to, I mean, like, Leo, you might actually feel like you're kind of overlooked by a person that you choose to be in your life. And so all the communications are kind of miscommunicated. And I think that there's something kind of calling you back to your own alone time, because that's where you're understood. And there's something kind of glaringly obvious about this that is saying someone else is not able to understand you at this time. So let me just see kind of like where this goes, because we do have the Hierophant, which is that, you know, marriage or commitment or spirituality, like dedication or rededication to spirituality. We also have like working at it, mastering it in the mind, understanding what's going on, and kind of going on that, like jumping into a new journey because of it, and grieving an old thing while you're doing it. I wonder if that's what you're doing now, and all of this is what happened in the past, and the thing now is good, or like reborn somehow. And this is you choosing the things that you've put in your life to deal with this, to maintain yourself through these things. Like, that could also be it. It kind of just depends on where in this timeline you are, because it seems like that's the process is, you know, you commit to someone who won't commit back, and then it compresses you to learn about yourself and to fight fiercely for what you learn about. and to defend that, you know, to make sure that that person always has room and space to grow, and that they never have to be like silenced again. Where is this ending up? Queen of Tides. It's a different kind of mother. It's almost like you're purging something that your mother went through. You're purging it. I don't know what exactly is going on there, but it kind of looks like that the completed story is that there's been this thing happening in the past, and you're still letting yourself, you're still allowing forgiveness to come to you about maybe how you behaved or what you chose, or that you neglected yourself or something like that in some type of a significant relationship that you were in. And it seems to be this learning process of figuring out how everything kind of comes together to end up conspiring in your favor, to show you how to work through all those things so that you can choose with clarity and accuracy how you move forward into the life that you want, becoming the person that you want to be, maybe the parent that you want to be, and maybe you're a father or a husband, or you're dating someone and you see this marriage material or commitment to family between the two of you. So it looks like that's kind of where it wants to go, and she's like pouring her cup into this structure. So this is all about kind of it's almost like you could think, Leo, that the past is repeating itself again and something's kind of frustrating, but the opportunity that's presenting itself clearer than it ever has is for you to just go inward when that happens. For you to just self-discover, see more, not be afraid of what's in you, to just look at it, to work with it, to be comfortable with it, to honor it. I think that's something that maybe you didn't see growing up or something, and it feels like you're doing all the wrong things now. But I think in actuality, you're going through the process that someone ahead of you would have gone through had they decided to go through it or had the resources to be able to do so. So if you feel like the past is repeating, or you feel like there's something kind of crazy happening, hold on, let me pull a card real quick. Then you have this like succession of numbers here. You had like the 4 to the 5 in the beginning. You have this like steady forward movement. The Justice with the 3 of Pentacles too is just this like steady, was it 3 of Pentacles? Yeah, the 3 of Gardens, and then into the Knight of Gardens that was under here. It's like you're progressing into this stability of home, and that's so clear. And every time that you think, it's like you're in a relationship where every time something starts to bubble up, you think that it's the end of the relationship, or you think that you choosing yourself means you're not choosing them anymore or something, and then it makes it like the part that gets you stuck is wondering like what's best for your children, what's best for all these things. And what's actually happening is that it's just what's best for you, because I don't actually see like a family breaking up, or I don't actually see that happening. I actually just see this is your foundation of how to work through. These are the things triggering you to work through it. So it's like where your family feels like it's breaking apart, or a relationship feels like it's breaking apart. It's there's space to air out what was kind of haunted before in your mind about relationships in general. It's letting all of that dissipate. And the more that you come back to this like kind of alone time when that's happening, I think the more you can understand what's yours and what's someone else's, and maybe on a deeper level, like what's yours and what's like your mother's, or someone who didn't know how to go through that before. And maybe that's part of your friendships too. Like maybe your friendships don't all know, because we got this like detox your friendships card here, and like create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity. So when I pull cards on what happens after all of this, like in your relationship, which I think this is addressing, and if it's not, maybe this just isn't your reading, or maybe this is just regarding a non-intimate relationship for you, like within your family or something. You have the Queen of Cups, you have the Six of Swords, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. These are all cards of love and steady progress forward, and also like moving into calmer spaces, and knowing what you've planted and just making a plan to make that happen. None of it is reworking a situation and trying to figure something out from scratch. You're just mulching the soil. That's all you're doing, is you're turning things over to see how you can build upon them. But it feels like they're breaking, and I see why. But I think that it's a distraction to look at, how are the kids going to react? How are the other people going to react? How are my friends going to react? Like all that stuff. And it's just, have you figured out how you would react? Have you figured out how you are reacting? And then just address that, because the rest won't matter if you don't feel connected to those things within yourself. Like not only will they not affect your situation, but even if they speak into your situation, it's just better for us to be connected to our situation, to have clarity within it and navigate it, than it is for someone else to think that they know what's best for us. Even if they do that endlessly, it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel good on the recipient's end. It never feels good to always be questioning yourself. As much as your friends or family are trying to help you or think that they know what's right for you, really just we know ourselves best. Sometimes the trick is just like allowing that connection to be facilitated a little more and more. So that's what I have for you guys. A little bit different of a reading, but we'll take it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye guys.